So today morning we discussed the circular lamina, and similarly we'll go with the next problem. Okay, see here this talks about the circular lamina of 50 mm diameter. A circular lamina of 50 mm diameter rests on HP such that one of its diameters is inclined at 30 degrees to VP is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. See, the one of its diameters is inclined at 30 degrees to VP and 45 degrees to HP. 45 degrees to HP. See the diameter, when say it's the diameter inclined 30 degrees to VP and 45 degrees to HP, where the diameter lies? The diameter lies in the circular lamina itself only, no? So it means that the lamina inclination is given with 30 degrees to VP and 45 degrees to HP. Okay, so lamina is inclined to both. When the lamina is inclined to both, what condition I told? You need to look at the resting condition. So the lamina rests on what? Lamina rests on what? So lamina is resting on HP. Lamina is resting on HP. So we need to keep the lamina parallel to HP and on HP. We need to keep the lamina parallel to HP and on HP. Okay, so when you keep the lamina parallel to HP or on HP, the top view will be the true shape. The top view will be the true shape. So you need to draw the top view as a true shape. True shape is nothing but circle of 50 mm diameter. Circle of 50 mm diameter is drawn. So initial position is over. So now we'll move to the initial position. Drawing the initial position, which is circle of 50 mm diameter. 50 mm diameter. So here he has mentioned that diameter is inclined to both the planes. That is 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP. So as the lamina is kept parallel to HP, first lamina is inclination to be drawn to the HP only. Lamina inclination is drawn to the HP only. So the diameter which has taken is AE. This diameter is taken as for consideration. So finish the top view by locating all these points. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So this is the AE diameter I have taken, because this AE lies in lamina only. So first draw the lamina in the top view as a true shape, then project the upward by getting the front view. So from B and H, from C and G, from D and F, from E, you need to project upward. So okay, if you project all these points onto the XY line, like this, okay, I'll get the front view. Now naming for A dash, B dash, H dash, C dash, D dash, and then D dash, F dash, and then E dash. So naming is done. So naming is done. After naming, what you are going to do? You are going to draw a line joining A dash to E dash. That represents what? The line view of the circular lamina, or the front view of the circular lamina when it is on HP. This represents when the circular lamina is resting on HP. When the circular lamina resting on HP, it is going to be looks like a line view. Okay, and this line view is to be rotated to a HP. First HP inclination to be taken. Because the lamina is parallel to HP. So inclined HP made in the second step. So how to make the inclined HP? Just by drawing this E dash line to a given angle. What is the given angle? If you look at the problem, so it is what is the inclination to HP? It is the 45 degrees to HP. 45 degrees to HP is given. So HP inclination is how much? 45 degrees. So I need to draw 45 degrees line. So I draw a 45 degrees line, which is this is a 45 degrees line, by keeping A dash on XY line only. This is the 45 degrees line. I have drawn. This is the point which represents A dash. So I have drawn the A dash on the XY line, and through that point I have drawn a 45 degrees line. So after drawing this 45 degrees line, now you have to measure the length of A dash, E dash. take with the compass and then locate from A dash to E dash how much distance is there. A dash is the center, A dash E dash is the radius. Generally A dash E dash is equal to the diameter of this circle, that is 60. So A dash as the center, 60 mm as the radius. Draw an arc to cut this line, so that you will get what? E dash. You will get E dash. So once you got the E dash, next what I have to do? I have to locate all these B dash, H dash, then C dash, G dash, and as well as D dash, F dash on this line. So locate by taking the distance from here to here. How much is there from here to here? A dash to B dash. A dash is the center. The distance as the radius. Draw an arc. Similarly, from this A dash to C dash, how much distance is there? That distance you have taken A dash as the center. Draw an arc to cut this C dash, D dash you are going to get. Next, similarly, from A dash to this B dash, D dash, how much distance is there? That you locate and get the point of this one. So I got all these 3 points by taking the measure with the compass. A dash to distance, this dash to the A dash to C dash, and then A dash to D dash. So locate all these distances and then find the points B dash, H dash, C dash, D dash, and then D dash, F dash. Once you look at all these points, then draw vertical projections. Okay. See, I have drawn 45 degrees line. A dash and E dash is located. Then afterwards, all the points are located. Now we need to draw top view. How to draw the top view? We know that from A dash, draw vertical line. Then from A, draw horizontal line. So actually it starts from A, right? So A and E on the same line. That's why I started from E only. Okay. And then from B dash, draw vertical line. Okay. Then where is the B? B line is here. So draw horizontal line. So I'll get B dash. So I'll get A dash here, B dash here. Next, C dash I have to get. So from there, C dash, draw one vertical line. Then from C, horizontal line. Locate this point. Then from D dash, F dash, draw vertical line. So B and D on the same line. So extend this line to this point so that I'll get the D. And next is E dash. So from E dash, draw a vertical line. Then draw horizontal line from here and get the intersection. Next, F. So F and H on the same line. So F is at this point and H is already got here, okay, because of H and the H dash. So if I draw a line from here, then it will intersect at this point. Next, G and C lies on the same line. So G dash line intersect at this point. So I got all the intersection points. So this is A dash, sorry, this is A, and this is B, and this is C, and this is D, and this is E, and this is F, okay, and this is G, and this is H. Here is H is what? Here is the H. Here is the H. Okay, the intersection point of H dash and H is the here. Okay, so once you draw all this vertical projection and look at all the points A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then join all these points by smooth curve. Join all these points by a smooth curve, as we did in all the 2 problems in the previous problem. So I have joined with a smooth curve. Okay. Then this is the top view, which is when the lamina is inclined. When the lamina is inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to 45 degrees to HP. And the lamina is inclined at an angle of 45 degrees to HP. Okay. So next, what you have to do? You have to draw. Why? Because see, the problem is given is the diameter. The diameter is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. If you look at this one, the diameter is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So when the diameter is inclined 30 degrees to VP, you need to look at what is it? It represents the top view or appears to be or the true diameter inclination. So you need to look at the diameter is inclined to VP in the sense it is a true inclination given. He has not mentioned top view of the diameter or he has not mentioned appears to be diameter. So these two are not present in the sense. Only thing is true diameter is inclined to VP. So the inclination given is what? True inclination. The inclination is given what? True inclination. So one of its diameter is inclined to VP in the sense it is a true inclination is given. When the true inclination is given in the third question, we need to find out the beta. Why we need to find out the beta? Because second question the diameter is not equal to the true diameter. Because the diameter in the second question which I obtained here, this AE means the diameter which is inclined to HP, this diameter which is inclined to HP at an angle of 40 degrees, the same diameter makes with the 30 degrees to VP. But the diameter which is in the second position, if I want to make inclination to this, so this AE represents what? Apparent length. Whereas this AE represents what? True length. So what I need to do is he has given this diameter makes 30 degrees, not this diameter. So, but in the third question, I have to draw this diameter, not this diameter. So I need to find out the beta angle because this is the apparent length beta angle to be calculated. So for that, what I have to do? I have to draw first a 30 degrees line, either this way or this way, both are same. Okay. So I think I have used this way. Okay, no problem. So draw 30 degrees line, draw 30 degrees line. Okay, after drawing the 30 degrees line, on this 30 degrees line, the AE diameter is located. The AE diameter is located means somewhere, say for example, I can draw A here. Okay, I can draw here. So I'm just showing you here. Okay, this is the A. If I'm going to draw, sorry, A. Then take the length of AE, which is equal to 60 mm. Draw an arc. This is the E, true length. This represents what? True length. This represents what? So this represents true length of the diameter. AE represents the true length of the diameter, which is 30 degrees. Okay. Similarly, now if you look at, see, I'll change the color. Okay, so this AE is apparent diameter. So once you got this true length cut on the 30 degrees line, you will get the locus. So locus is drawn through E. I have drawn the locus. Okay, now what I have to do with AE to be taken? AE length is taken. So this AE length is taken. A as the center, AE as the radius. Draw an arc. So then join to this. So this represents apparent length of the diameter. What is the apparent length of the diameter? This is called this length AE. This AE length is called as apparent length of the diameter. Okay, so this apparent length is taken, AE length is taken, and then A as the center. This locus is cut with the AE. Say for example, you measure A1 and E1. If you represent A1 and E1, so A and A1 will be coincide here. So A1 and E1 is taken as apparent length. So this is the true length from A to E, and from A1 or A to E, this blue line represents the apparent length. So when the diameter is inclined to VP in the sense it is a true length is given, true inclination is given. If suppose it in the problem appears to be diameter is inclined, or top view diameter is inclined, or front view diameter is inclined, in the sense that inclination represents the apparent inclination. If that is the case, this procedure is not required, because he has given the directly beta angle. He has given the directly the beta angle. Okay, so understood here, right? We'll go to the next. So here, this is how I proceeded. So I taken AE as the true length. This is the true length from here to here. This A somewhere you need to measure, and this is the true length. Okay, this is the true length. Once we got the true length line, what I did, I drawn the locus of E. I drawn the through this point E parallel to the XY line. You need to draw the locus. Now what I have taken? I have taken the A1 E1 distance, A1 E1 distance, and I cut this locus line with the A1 E1 distance. Then join to the same point. Then join to the same point. So this is the apparent diameter now. So this apparent diameter makes an inclination of, if you extend this line, if you extend this line so that it meets the XY line, I'm going to get the beta. This is the beta which you need to find out. Okay, so this is how you need to find out the beta. This is how you need to find out the beta. Okay, so this is the 30 degrees line which you have drawn, 30 degrees line. And then after drawing all this, next is what you need to locate the box on this, means the PQRS here, A1 and E1 is already located through A1. So how to draw a local PQRS box is through A1 draw a perpendicular like this, through A1 draw a perpendicular like this, and through A like this you draw one more perpendicular line, and measure the distance and locate the P, and locate the Q also. And also similarly through E1 you draw one perpendicular line to AE1. Perpendicular in the sense 90 degrees to this line. 90 degrees to this line you need to draw. 90 degrees to this line. Similarly 90 degrees to this line. That is called perpendiculars. That is called perpendiculars through A1 or A1 or A, through E1 also you need to draw. So through A you need to draw. Okay, and through E1 is also you need to draw. So after drawing this, then join all these points. Then join all these points. Of course, it's already joined. Then you need to get this. Then once again, what you have to get all these horizontal lines, that is like this, and center line. Okay, and then one more near to this, that is to find out the B and H. Then similarly this line, and similarly one more line like this. Okay, that's what I did here. That's what I did here. So I have drawn a box represents the A, and then B, and then C here, and then D here, E, F, G, H. So all these points I have represented. Then join with the smooth curve. Join with the smooth curve. So I joined with the smooth curve. So the diameter now makes with the beta inclination. So this will be extended. This will be extended to look at the B, how much angle it is. Okay, right. So next is what? Draw vertical projection from this point, that is from A. So this is A. So A and A dash line comes here. So I will end up this point only. Next is B. So how to draw the B? From B, draw vertically. This is B. Okay, this is B. Okay, then from C, you need to draw vertical projection. This is C. Okay, and of course this is C. Okay, this is C, and then this is what you call B dash. This is B dash. This is B dash. This is C dash. Okay, and this is going to be B, C, D, F. Okay, then D is proceed from vertical point, from the vertical projection. Then horizontal projection is D is here. D is here. So I made, I think, ulta. Okay, anyhow. So from D, this one, then from C dash, then this one. Okay, then from B dash, then this one. I got the points. Next, from this is going to be H, E, this is going to be E, this is going to be E dash here. Okay, then this is going to be F, F is here, D and F, so this is going to be F. Okay, then A B C D E F G, this is going to be G, this is going to be G dash, of course G dash, G dash, all this dash, dash, C dash, and then okay, then next is going to be H dash. So H is ends at this point, so this is H dash. Okay, so join all these points, then I join all these points, I'm going to get the intersection point. Okay, so now after joining all this, I'm going to get, so this points has to be changed to, this is the H. Okay, this is the B, this is the C, D, E, F, G. So I made a mistake in this drawing this. Okay, naming convention is, this is going to be B. So from B projection B. Okay, so this is B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, so you make that correction you did. Okay, right. So next, go to the next problem. So what is a circular lamina inclined to the VP appears in the front view. See here, a circular lamina inclined to the VP. A circular lamina inclined to the VP. So he has given that lamina inclination to VP. So what does it mean? You need to keep the lamina parallel to VP only. We need to keep the lamina parallel to VP. Appears in the front view as an ellipse. So here it is very important is ellipse. So what is given? Ellipse is given. Okay, and major axis is going to be 30 mm. See, major axis is 30 mm and minor axis is 15 mm. Minor axis is 15 mm. Now the major axis is parallel to both HP and VP. So this statement says the major axis is parallel to both HP and VP. It means that first, if when you keep the lamina parallel to HP, when parallel to VP, when you keep the lamina parallel to VP, the major axis also should be kept parallel to VP. When you kept the parallel to VP, then what is the major axis equal to 30 mm in the sense? What is the circular diameter? Circular diameter will be equal to the 30 mm only. So how the ellipse looks like? So generally ellipse looks like this. It's a oval kind of shape like this, and this is called as major axis and this is called as minor axis. So if you have if you know that what is the ellipse, so this is called as major axis, major axis, and this is called minor axis. This is called as minor axis. So you should know what is a ellipse. So ellipse is having like this. So it is a major axis and it is a minor axis. So that you should know. So here he has given that the front view appears like a ellipse. The circular lamina which looks like this, circular lamina which looks like this. Okay, sorry. Which looks like this, say for example, okay, I'm not getting exactly, okay, right. So circular lamina which looks like a circular appears to be a major axis in the front view. It means that the lamina itself is given inclination to VP. So we need to keep the lamina parallel to VP. We need to keep the lamina parallel to VP. When you keep the lamina parallel to VP, how it looks like? It looks like this. Okay. So now this is major axis which I have taken because D dash which is equal to 30 mm. This is 30 mm. 30 mm as the major diameter. I mean the diameter of the circle is going to be 30 mm, and then we need to finish the circle. So then once you finish the circle, then top view to be drawn by projecting onto the XY line. By projecting onto the XY line. Once you draw this, then the front view. Here the lamina is inclination is not given. Here the lamina inclination is not given, but he has given that the front view looks like a ellipse. So now ellipse to be drawn by keeping the major axis parallel to VP. By keeping the major axis parallel to VP, and minor axis is going to be 15 mm. Minor axis is going to be 15 mm. So what I'm going to do is the major axis which I have taken D dash, I'm going to keep like that only. I'm going to keep like that only, means like this. Okay, this is the major axis I have drawn, and it is rotated about the point A, as it is rotated about the point A. So now at this line, so you will be having length of 15 mm, means so this from here to here 7.5 mm, from here to here is 7.5 mm. So you are going to draw like this, means say for example here if I draw, this is the major axis, so 7.5 mm, 7.5 mm. At the center of this vertical line I have drawn 7.5 mm this side, 7.5 mm this side, then this will become as 15 mm. Once you draw this one, then locate the point. See, here is the A dash, here is the A dash, and here is the C dash, and then here is the D dash, and this is going to be this is going to be B dash. Okay, this is going to be B dash. Now join all these by a smooth curve, because ellipse having the smooth curve, it doesn't have any corners. So join by smooth curve and get the ellipse, and get the ellipse, and get the ellipse. Okay, I got the ellipse now. Okay, so I draw the ellipse, like this. So by taking the 30 mm diameter as vertical line, and then 15 mm is going to be horizontal line, and if this is the major and minor axis, then draw the ellipse. Once you draw the ellipse, we don't know how much inclined, how much is this circular lamina is rotated. So for that, from A dash project onto the XY line. So this I am going to get A, and from C dash just draw one vertical line like this. Okay, we don't know where exactly the C lies. Okay, so first from the C dash draw vertical line. Next, take the length of this AC. Take the length of AC, because the line view is equal to this how much length? 30 mm. How much length? This is the AC length is equal to 30 mm. So this is the AC line. A as the center. Cut this C dash line to get C. So this AC, this length, whatever you draw, this length AC is there no here. This is equal to 30 mm. This is equal to, that means here as the center, AC length as a radius, draw an arc to cut the C dash projection. Here as the center, AC as the radius, cut the C dash projection to get the AC with a 30 mm length. So that we did. So I have drawn C dash projection, E as the center, AC as the radius, draw an arc to cut the C dash projection, and then join. That is the inclination with VP which you need to find out. That is the pi, inclination to VP. After finding this, then projection is drawn from the D dash, B dash to get this point DB. Okay. So that is, then next is what? He has told clearly that major axis is parallel to both the planes. Now it is parallel to vertical plane but perpendicular to horizontal plane. It means that the B dash D dash to be drawn like this. B dash D dash should be drawn such a way that even the line inclined to HP as well. So now this is the line which is parallel to VP as well as parallel to HP as well. So I need to draw this in this way, keeping the B dash D dash like this, in the sense this box has to be constructed like this. Means B dash comes here, this is the B dash, and then D dash. So this line QR or PQ line, which is because which one is to be drawn on the XY line, PS line or QR line, because it is resting on A dash, so that A dash comes here, so that way you need to do. So then it will become D dash, then it will become D dash. Okay, so PS is drawn first on the XY line, then through S draw perpendicular to a given length of 15 mm, then this is also 15 mm, and PS length is equal to 30 mm. Okay, so rectangle box is constructed, then through this B dash D dash is represented, and here is the A dash C dash is going to be represented. So this is going to be A dash, and this is going to be C dash, and A dash, B dash, C dash. So that is how you need to construct the rectangular box. Once you construct the rectangular box, join all the points to get with a smooth curve. with a smooth curve to get the front view. Now you project the downward from each. That is how we are going to draw from A dash and A. Where is the A line? A line is on the XY line only. So A will be there only. So this is A only. So no projection is required for A. Then C dash, we need a projection from C dash, then draw from C, then get the intersection point. Then from B dash you need to draw from B dash, then from B draw horizontal projection and get the B dash. This is the B dash, this is the C dash, and D dash need to project. D and B lies on the same line. So this is the D dash. Next is what? So join all this with the smooth curve. Join this all these points with the smooth curve like this. Okay. So that is what we did. So after getting all the intersection points, we are going to join with this. So this is how we are going to do. Clear? So now we'll move to the this, what do you call? Yeah. So read this problem, which is a circular lambda of 30 mm diameter rests on VP such that one of its diameters is inclined 30 degrees to VP and 50 degrees to HP. See, one of its diameter is inclined to 30 degrees to VP and 40 degrees to HP. So lambda inclination is not given, but we know that the diameter, where the diameter lies in the lamina itself only. The diameter is not separate entity. It is a lies in the lamina itself. So it is nothing but lamina is inclined to both the planes is given. It means that the lamina is inclined to both the planes is given. So when the lamina is inclined to both the planes is given, I told that to which plane I have to keep the lamina parallel based on the resting condition. As the lamina is rests on VP, so we need to keep the lamina parallel to VP. So as the lamina is rests on VP, so lamina rests on VP. We need to keep the lamina parallel to VP. Got it? So once we keep the lamina parallel to VP, front view will be the true shape. So draw the front view, then the top view by keeping like this. So once you draw this one, because the diameter which you need to take is like this, the A dash C dash diameter to be taken, and then this is rotated. The line view. Here is the AE diameter. This is the AE diameter. This AE diameter is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So VP inclination to be drawn, because first, as it is parallel to VP, first VP inclination to be drawn. As it is parallel to HP, then HP inclination to be drawn in the lamina inclination second position. So here, then rotate this lamina to a given angle of 30 degrees, and then project upward. This is the projection is upward. Here. So we need to draw from this. Okay, I am drawing in reverse. Okay, it should be like this. Okay, like this, and then like this, and then like this. Get the front view. So direction of the projection is this way. Okay, direction of projection is this way. So projection to be drawn in the vertical projection, and then horizontal projection. Finish the front view by joining all the points. Then here the beta angle. Why? Because is given the diameter is inclined to HP at an angle of 45 degrees. So true diameter is taken on the 45 degrees line. Then cut with the true diameter length and get the locus. Then A as the center, apparent diameter to be located on this. Then join all these points. Then redraw the